There's a little tiny duck in the water.
You ever have one of those days where the world just stops you in your tracks? Where the sky feels just a little bigger, and the air a little cleaner, and the mountains, well, the mountains remind you just how small you really are. This is BC's backcountry. Rugged, wild, and relentless. The sun hits the peaks just right, throwing shadows across ridgelines that have stood for thousands of years.
Look at that glacier.
You don't need a filter here. This is raw, untouched beauty. And then this spire, a razor of rock standing tall and alone, the sun bouncing off it like it was marking something sacred.
Holy job.
Every turn of the trail, every rise in the road, opens up to views that feel like they were painted by hand.
Yeah, no, I'm right behind you. I'm just saying that there on this written on the sign coming up here, it was saying there's 2 boulders. Oh, I didn't see that. It said something like 2.4 kilometers from mine.
We started early, hoping to make it to a long abandoned mine site buried deep in the mountains. But this trail, it's not for tourists. No pavement, no trail markers, just a winding path carved into the rock and dirt. Barely wide enough for a rig, and barely forgiving enough for any mistakes. The views were next level. Valleys that drop away like you're standing on the edge of the world. Massive ridgelines that stretch farther than your eye can follow. But as beautiful as this place is, it's brutal too.
They're stopping.
Is the road still fine up there?
It's blocked. There's a lot of fall and it's big.
So we're not going to get over it?
No,
How far up is the mine?
Steve's getting out.
don't know. Steve's just out blocking up those big rocks and just having a look. Yeah, we're just not sure how far the mine is actually, the boulders. It could be 2.4 kilometers, it could be, yeah, we're just not sure.
Tim said that's what a drone's for. I think he's going to check it out for us.
Yeah, put the drone up. There you go.
The mine site we are aiming for is still a good ways out, tucked behind a ridge that doesn't want to let anyone through. One of the hardest parts of backcountry travel is knowing when to quit. Not because you want to, but because the mountain makes the rules, not us. Out here, ego gets people hurt. Out here, you play it smart, or you may not come back. I launched the drone to scout ahead, looking for any sign of the old mine site buried deep in the backcountry. As it climbed higher and pushed deeper into the high mountains, the signal suddenly cut out. Gone. No live feed, no telemetry, nothing. Just silence. For a moment, I thought we had lost it for good, somewhere out there in the vast, unforgiving terrain. I was already mentally preparing for the long, brutal hike into the unknown, just to maybe get it back.
He lost the drone.
Where did you lose the drone?
Up there?
On the path?
Yeah?
Above us.
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Perfect. Here, drone. I could hear it, now I can't.
Isn't that cool?
Luckily, when it loses connection, it does a return to home by GPS, so... Can you move them? Like, is there too many?
For tonight.
Oh.
Oh, geez. That looks cool. That's fire.
So yeah, we didn't make it to the mine. But standing here now, with the wind ripping through the pass, sun flaring off the spire like a signal fire, I don't feel like we lost anything. We saw something real today. We earned this view with sweat, mud, and a few sketchy lines. This is why we come out here. Not just for the destination, but for days like this. For the reminder that there are still places left in this world where the wild wins. Backing out was no easy task. Just a long, slow crawl in reverse along a narrow shelf road with nothing but a drop on one side. It took time and patience to reach a spot wide enough to safely turn the jeeps around. On the way down, we stopped to explore what looked like the remains of an old mining camp. Weathered structures, rusted relics, the kind of silence that tells stories. And honestly, if this is where they worked, what a view to wake up to every morning.
So when you were backing down, and well, Ray was in front of you, anyhow, when you were backing down, I could hear cracking in the woods. Then I started to run with the camera so that
So that whatever it was would chase you?
Yes, so whatever it was would chase me.
There you go. That's just what they tell you to do.
Yes, run. I didn't see anything. I just kind of got spooked, so I wanted to be closer to the car, hoping that it would...
Hoping that it would only chase you a little bit. That's it.
No!
Yeah.
Going home just before dark.
Again.
Yeah, again.
Sometimes the road that kicks your ass the hardest is the one that sticks with you the longest. But we'll be back, because this trail is still out there.
Home, sweet home.